Welcome to FBB Forum and happy Valentine's Day. I'm a sponsor of the Triple O Dynasty coming up on April 4th in the Phoenix area. So make sure you buy tickets and get the live stream or get the live stream. And Bad Rap, I've got a Bad Rap shirt on, and they're a big supporter of the Muscle Ladies and the women's bodybuilding and the other divisions. So they're also a sponsor. So make sure you check them out too. So I'm very pleased to welcome the amazing new IFBB Figure Pro, Sarah Patillo, to the podcast. Sarah earned her pro card just a few months ago at the 2025 NPC Nationals, where she won her class amongst a very stacked lineup of phenomenal ladies. Sarah lives in Salt Lake City and has her own posing coach business for men and for women. And stay tuned to find out where and when this beautiful woman is going to make her pro debut, which is going to be coming up later this year. So welcome, Sarah. It's great to see you, and thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. So my first few questions are about how you got started in bodybuilding, and did you have an athletic or sports background before you started training and competing in bodybuilding?
So, kinda. So, I am not, especially as a kid, I was not athletically gifted. I wished so much to be an athletic prodigy, but I was not.
Okay, cool.
I was very much involved in like track and field, cross country. I did a year of volleyball, a year of basketball. I was in Utah. We call it the drill team, and it's an advanced dance team in high school. I did that all 3 years in high school, and so I was very heavily involved in athletics. I'm an extremely competitive person.
Yeah.
And as far as like the weightlifting thing goes, I got introduced to weightlifting at 15 years old. It was the first time I'd ever stepped foot in a gym. I was in junior high, and the first machine I sat down at was a lat pull down, ironically enough.
Oh,
And
wow. Wow.
I immediately loved it. Uh, didn't know what the heck I was doing though. I only took that one gym class in high school. Excuse me. And after graduating high school, I started losing my flexibility. I'm not inherently flexible either. Like
Oh,
it took about 3 months for me to get the splits down, like front, like my left side and my right side. I'm middle splits. My hips are not built that way. We just don't open that way.
oh, sure.
So, it took me a while, but like I got it and I kept them. And then after I
Okay.
graduated high school, I started losing my ability to do the splits, which freaked me out because I worked so hard to get it. So I got into yoga to get my splits back. And I ended up teaching yoga for about 6 years
Oh,
before,
yeah.
you
Nice.
know, before making like the final switch over to bodybuilding. But like, yeah, no, the sports background was a little bit more in the limited aspect of things. I didn't really get heavy into weightlifting until I was about 22, 23.
Oh, very cool. How
Yeah.
old are you now?
I'm currently 32. I just turned 32 like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Happy birthday. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah. Did you do any sports in college or anything like that? Or
No, so I'm a certified athletic trainer. So my profession takes care of the athletes. So like if you have you ever seen like a football game or a basketball game where somebody gets hurt? The
yeah.
people that run out with like the big black medicine bags?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's my profession. So I prophylactically or preventatively treat injuries. We evaluate, assess, we diagnose, we rehabilitate, and then, like I said, we work on prevention from it occurring again. So I
Okay.
was in the athletic training program, they do 4 clinical rotations. So the first rotation, I was with American Fork High School out here in Utah. My second rotation, I was with BYU Track and Field. That was not what I anticipated, but I learned a bunch. I had my nose broken twice working
Really?
on people, which was fun. You want to get
Wow.
really intimate with somebody, set their nose.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then my third clinical rotation, I was with BYU women's tennis. I also assisted with the BYU men's tennis and BYU men's basketball. And then
Oh,
my
wow.
last clinical rotation, I was actually with BYU dance team. So like all of their folk dance, all their ballroom, all their dance teams. And that was such a cool rotation because in athletic training, most of the time the idea is to get the athlete back to practice, back to sport, back to play as soon as possible. But in dance, the way that you do it matters because it's about appearance, right? So like any tape you put down, any bracing you put down can't disrupt the appearance of the athlete. So everything has to be like skin colored or nude. It has to be very, very minimal wear because dancers are they're very mobile. They need the movement. So
Yeah.
we had to get really clever with that. So I dealt a lot with professional athletes and like college athletes. Um, I was the athletic trainer for BYU men's hockey my first year after graduation, and then BYU wrestling. I was their athletic trainer. And then I've worked at several high schools. I'm now currently working for a shoulder surgeon, as well as the posing coaching business. And then I do own a business doing preventative care, like body work on bodybuilders and normal people, other competitive athletes that either don't compete in the university anymore, they want a little bit more hands-on, intimate approach.
Wow, that's really cool about the athletic training work and working with all
Yeah.
the different teams and the different sports. I'm sure you saw lots of different types of injuries because of
Oh
that.
my gosh. Yeah. Some injuries they just don't prepare you for. Like my first injury with BYU men's hockey, a guy took a puck to the nuts and I had an exploded testicle. And they
Oh
don't
my
teach you about
gosh.
that in school. So
Oh, ay,
that
ay,
was
ay.
very, oh man,
That
welcome
could
to the
be
real world.
it could be like a Valentine's Day gone wrong, like
Yeah, yeah.
oh,
No, it was
yeah.
very lots of blood.
Oh no, that's terrible. At least you'd have
Yeah,
another
felt
one
bad.
to back up, back it up, like a
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I bet interesting stories for sure.
I've seen some really, really freaking cool injuries. I've been able to interact with incredible people. And then like doing that particular job with bodybuilders specifically, it's a lot more rehab oriented because bodybuilding is not about functionality, not in like the traditional sense, right? Because like
Yeah,
in other sports, when you do rehab, you do a lot of like movement pattern recreation when you do rehab work or like preventative rehab work. With bodybuilders, it's a lot of biomechanic correction
hmm,
and a lot of like joint capsule mobility, a lot of like extensibility and lengthening of tissue. So, like how flexible your muscular tissue is, the range of motion in every joint, like every single joint, even like between your spine heck, your shoulders, your neck, your ribs, all of that is emphasized and just as important as like strength and, you know, like stabilization because of what we do with posing. So like it's not so much, I mean, it is about what you do in the gym, it is about training, but most of it revolves around your ability to show off what you've done, right? If you're not good
yeah,
at posing,
yeah. That's true.
you're not in the right sport. So like you have to be capable to pose. And a lot of times like I get loads of athletes with like super tight shoulders. Very, very common problem. Or like my
Hmm.
bikini and wellness girls, you know exactly what I'm about to talk about, like the low back pain. Goodness gracious. A
Really?
lot of
Yeah,
that problem. So it's very common, but it's just because of the position we have to put ourselves in when we pose. So I
yeah.
like
I
very
understand.
different applied approach to my position, my career as an athletic trainer. And so I've
Yeah,
learned and grown a lot as a professional as well as an athlete. And I think my ability to convey information with regards to like say functional anatomy or like breaking down science and making it simple is the reason I'm excellent at what I do because I can think
okay.
about things in a three-dimensional way in real time and it makes a significant difference. So I feel very fortunate to have people's trust and you know that they rely on me, but also like I am very aware of how good I am at this and I'm fortunate to be in such a position to help so many different kinds of athletes. Best job in the world.
That's awesome. I love
Yeah.
that. That's so cool. One thing I didn't realize this until it came up with a friend of mine who's competing, but she was doing a bodywork specialist who he had like tools and
Yeah.
somehow he was able to like make her like more look more ripped, I think, somehow with
Yes.
the bodywork that he does. And I'm not sure how that works, but I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, so there's a lot of fascial technique that you can apply with not just your fingers, but like with muscle scraping instruments. I
Yeah.
do utilize cups, but I stopped using cups. It depends, right? The pastier the person, usually the sooner you have to stop using cups because of bruising. And
Yeah.
when you're that close to a show, you don't have the energy sources to recover as well from body work because the realistically, simply put, the purpose of body work is to cause an inflammatory response because inflammation, if it's prolonged inflammation, usually that's what's bad. We call that edema for the most part. But like the initial 24 hours of an inflammatory response, they're actually really, really good because you get an increase in blood flow. And,
Mm.
that brings a lot of like fluid, you've got oxygen, you've got nutrients to help heal your tissue. And then
Oh, I
with that
see.
fluid, you get fluid and waste removal if the athlete
Okay.
maintains their hydration. So, like, I'm just a catalyst as a bodywork individual. Like, I stress this all the time. I am not the reason that someone gets fixed. I am
Yeah.
just more like a kick in the pants, right?
Uh-huh.
The athlete's body is the reason that they heal, but you can't be so aggressive with somebody close to a show. So you can totally do body work on somebody like they're during their peak week, but you have to be really, really smart about it. It's about pressure, it's about approach. You can do
Okay.
active release therapy, you can do positional release therapy, which is one of my favorite things. You can do a lot, like I said, fascial work works really, really well in terms of like decreasing stress and tension, but like so the lines in between all of your muscles, those are called septums, right? You can do a lot of deep septum work without causing a ton of pain or causing a massive inflammation response. Because
Okay.
especially for categories like classic physique is a really, really delicate one because if they're close to their weight cap and you're dealing, it's a little bit more intense when you deal with someone who like is like a pro, right? Who has the capability of earning, monetary gain with this. You have to be careful because if you push their body through inflammation and they can't drink a ton of water to get rid of it, and it's like in a short time frame, you don't want to mess with the aesthetic, the fluidity of their physique. Because
Oh, I
if
see.
you ruin the continuity of the muscular appearance, that's the exact opposite of what you want to have happen. So like
Yeah.
my approach as we get closer to shows does change. And then it
Okay.
becomes about like stress response, relaxation. I work a lot on faces and jaws. We as bodybuilders, we chew a lot, a lot, a lot. Like that's one of the main reasons that you get such profound jawline.
Yeah. I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, frequency and chewing. Yeah, steroids a little bit, but like when you use a muscle, it gets bigger and it brings out those bony prominences because it pulls on your bones, right?
Yeah. 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 I
So you get these
understand.
awesome defined jaw lines. Fantastic, except you get a lot of like, so your masseter muscle runs right here, and then you have a muscle behind it right here called your digastric. So di
Yeah.
means two, gastric is belly. So you got two muscle bellies right here. They contribute a lot to headaches, a lot to like stress and fatigue. And if you work through here, even just like 15 minutes, it can make you feel really exhausted and a
Okay.
little bit loopy, kind of drunk. It's the best, but it helps you
Okay.
sleep better. It helps you process stress. It's
Huh.
wonderful. It's so, so cool.
Interesting. That's cool. I never heard that before. That's really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go to the right person and they know how to do it well, that's good stuff. I don't know where she lives, but Eleni, I think her name is Polites or Polites or something.
Oh, yeah.
Eleni is,
Yeah.
yeah, Eleni does body work as well, and Eleni is excellent. Like,
Yeah. She's great. I like her a lot too.
dude,
She's
she's so dope.
a great
She's so dope.
competitor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful too. Yeah.
But she does the same thing.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that. Yeah. I really like her. I've met her a few times.
Dude, she's so cool. She's so funny, and she has so much potential as a pro. Oh my gosh.
I
Her jump
know.
to women's physique. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. She's gonna do so good.
Is she doing physique now? Or is
Uh-huh.
she going to?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really happy about that because I always liked her. Yeah, doing the full posing and everything. I'm excited for her.
Agreed.
Yeah, she's amazing. That's great. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Um, Now I was curious in terms of doing your first contest. Which division did you do, and what was your experience like doing that? And when did you
Like
do
my
it?
very first one?
Yeah.
Oh
Hmm.
God. Okay, so this was many moons ago, okay?
Yeah.
So I got into the bodybuilding realm in like 2017. I had seen a picture online of a girl in a bikini, and I was like, that can't be that hard. That doesn't look hard. I could do that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, right. Nobody told me. But like I just gotten divorced and kind of as an FU to my first ex-husband, I went and hired a coach. He was a local Vasa trainer. I went to school with him, so I knew he was smart, but like he eventually pawned me off onto somebody else. But took me through my first prep. I was completely natural. I did bikini.
Oh, bikini. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Envision me like 35 pounds lighter.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so when I stepped on stage, I was 141. Now the look at the time, it looked very, very different, right? It was very soft, and like even their posing was different, right? Do you remember the back pose where we like went to one side? Like
Yeah,
the
I
girls like
remember that.
shifted into one hip. Yeah, so that was
Uh-huh.
my first experience. And I told myself I was just going to do the one and then I'd be done, right? Just to prove that I could do it. But
Yeah.
except like I'm a performer and I loved it. It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so fun. And so I did bikini for my first year. So I did that show. I think that one was in March of 2017. And then I did the October show in 2017. And no, I was oh God, I'm outing myself. I was binging and cheating on my diet like the whole time. I had no
Oh.
business stepping on stage the second time. I
Uh-huh.
looked I looked wellness, but like before wellness was wellness, and not in a very flattering way. In the way
Okay.
where you're like, sweetie, you probably should have worked out first. Like that's a little too much lower body fat, you know?
Oh, I see. I gotcha.
So yeah, I started in bikini and I competed in the NGA and the NPC. The NGA is now like INBA, PNBA, right? The Natty
Yeah.
division.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I won my class, but I didn't. I lost the overall at my first show. So I
Okay.
was like, how hard could this be? I won. Well, it was very hard. I was dead last in my second show. So and then someone had made a comment to me while I was training at the gym once. They were like, Sarah, you should do figure. You would love it. And I
Yeah.
remember thinking like, why would I want to do that? Because it's awesome. Because
Yeah,
it's
it is
freaking
awesome.
awesome. I think I love being strong and feeling like literally feeling the strength in my body as I move stuff and
Yeah.
knowing that I can continue to do that. There is nothing more satisfying in the world, especially as a woman, because like I'm not a huge feminist, right? But like in a world where you're told that like you're supposed to be a delicate flower, and if you're on your own and you have to take care of yourself, delicate flower doesn't really cut it, you know? So like
Yeah.
if you have to
Yeah.
take care of yourself, you do have to be a little bit stronger. You got to be durable and you got to have grit. And
That's
so
true. Yeah.
figure was my doorway into proving that I am a strong woman and I'm perfectly capable of doing this. And all like I've had lots of horrible things happen to me in over the history of my 32 years of life. But like I didn't have to let it take away my power, take away my voice. I didn't have to let it define me. And so coming into figure, right, like my very first show, I looked really, really good. Like I'm not touting myself, just the taper that I developed, it was pretty obvious even without drugs, because I was still natty my first year in 2018, like it was pretty obvious that figure was my thing.
Okay.
And I've
Terrific.
always loved the look. Always, always, always. The big delts, the beautiful back taper, the tiny waist.
Yeah.
And no one will tell you that they're a fan of heels because it hurts your feet.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
you know, there's a certain grace with figure that just, it's so elegant.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I like it too. Yeah, definitely. I
Oh, it's my
understand what you
favorite
mean.
division. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. And it never gets old. And like seeing it on so many different bodies, because right, like you got Denise Zwinger, you've got Rhea, you've got Tessa, you've got Lena, and they all have completely different bodies. Oh, and then you've got
Yeah.
Lola, right? Lola, good gosh, the goddess.
She's
You've
amazing.
got
Yeah.
right, you've got all of these Amazonian queens, and like the structure, the skeletal structure on all of them is so vastly different. I think I
Yeah,
just
that's
named like the
true.
top six in the world. But like, in Europe, they like a little bit wider, a little bit more blockier waist. In America, the more extreme the taper, the more ridiculously tiny the waist, the better. And so
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just seeing how these women with different structures can come together and fit this category so well.
I
Just
agree. Yeah.
oh, I love it. I love it. It never gets old. And I built a little bit more European-esque. My waist isn't super thick, but I mean, I don't have Sid or Rhea's waist.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Working on it, but
That's hard to get that waist. Yeah, that's so yeah, very
apart
hard.
from removing my floating ribs, I don't know. They're just
Okay.
so little. I love it. I love the challenge, but and like they're stunning. But just yeah, the opportunity to do well with different builds has always amped me up. And so
Yeah.
like going back to me doing my pro debut, like I am so excited to see how I stack up next to these women. And I used to hate it when amateurs would say that because like, dude, you're an amateur. You're still an amateur. How you stack up doesn't really matter. But in the
Uh-huh.
pro league, like I'm gonna drop Tessa's name because her physique is just ridiculous.
Oh,
The
yeah, I
legs
like
on
her.
that girl,
Yeah.
smitten, shook. And she's
Uh-huh.
she's such a hard worker and she's either an R I'm pretty sure she's an RN. She's a
She
nurse.
is. Yeah,
she's
talk with
always
her.
busy, but she never lets anything get in her way. She's always got an incredible attitude, like just
Yeah.
examples of what I would like to also grow myself into, you know? And if I
She
could stand next to her and have them be like, Sarah's second call outs, no way. Like, sweet, now I know where I am, you know,
uh,
like where do I belong in this world? I'm just, oh gosh, fit like growing into the figure division, constantly being able to see, you know, my growth, my development, and just my improvement with every show. That's something that I've noticed. So like when I first got into figure, I did my first show as figure, and there were like 13 athletes in my class, and that's the biggest class I'd ever been in. And I was like, oh crap. But in the NGA, like you have the ability to earn your pro status at an amateur show. Like it's weird. So I'd earned my pro
oh,
card my first show. I won my
okay.
first pro show and I earned my way to their Olympia. And I was like,
Oh,
yeah, right. Like that was so easy. I don't want it to be
interesting.
easy. And
Yeah.
then I went and did my first NPC show in October of 2018 and had my butt handed to me.
Yeah. More
Like,
competitive for sure.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Most
Yeah.
definitely. But then I got burned out in 2019. I was like, I'm done with bodybuilding. F this. I'm never coming back. You'll never see me again. But I lied those words when I said them, so it's fine.
Oh, I think ladies get addicted to being on stage. They're like,
You can't help it. Like
yeah.
this process, it's not just about the process shows you who you are. And I
Uh-huh.
think people forget that, or they may not even know, as you diet and as you forcibly put yourself into a position where you have to suffer by choice, not
Yeah.
because the world put you in a place where you have no other option. It's because you are choosing this lifestyle on purpose. You forget just how satisfying it is when you do it the right way. And
Yeah.
like the personality and the character that you develop, the fortitude that you develop, the mental toughness you develop, like most women struggle with disordered eating, for example. To overcome that and not have that much food noise without the retatrutide, without the semaglutide, right, without the drugs, being able to overcome that way of thinking, this constant anxiety of God, I'm so hungry. God, or not, it's not even hungry. It's just like, I want that. I want that really
Mhm.
bad. I want it so bad. I
Yeah.
want it so bad. And having that chant over and over in your head like a schizophrenic person,
That's not
like
good.
you go
Yeah.
from that to like, I don't like that anymore.
Uh-huh. That's a
Took me
good.
it took me like 6 years to get to this point, but like it's that development. That is what is addicting.
Uh-huh.
Knowing that
Yeah.
you do actually get better at the process itself. Like, yeah, you look better, whatever. But like I have less stress. This last prep, I was cool as a cucumber. I was not freaked out. I wasn't looking at other people who were going to compete in the show. I didn't
Good.
get psyched out when I saw other IFBB pros because normally that makes me feel bad about myself because I'm like, I don't look like a goddess. Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, I
Right? Like,
understand.
well, we all do the comparison thing. Even people who say, oh,
Yeah.
I don't. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Even if you're winning, you do because you do it to either amp yourself up or to make sure that you're coming in the way that you're supposed to. So don't lie.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
understand.
it wasn't as discouraging. It was more like, okay, I think I look like I belong. I think we can do this time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it
And
was very, very cool. Because going into the show, it felt more like it didn't feel like a competition. It felt like I was on a weird vacation with my coach and my boyfriend. Like
uh-huh.
we went to Texas of all places. That was so weird. Why did we go to Texas on vacation? But like I wasn't concerned at all. Even getting on that stage, it was like I'm gonna outpose every single one of these girls. And I was the only one who wasn't shaking, which was beyond satisfying.
That's
I
cool.
posed with Christina Nicole.
Yeah, she's awesome. Oh
Dude,
yeah, I
she
like
is
her.
excellent. Oh my gosh. I'm a posing coach. As a posing coach, you have to learn from other posing coaches, okay?
Yeah.
Soak it all up, right? And I posed with Sid Gillen as well. I've posed with Samantha Jering. I posed with Autumn Cleveland, like all of these incredible women who are experts at their craft. Like it
Yeah.
just, man, but getting on that stage and being like, it's pretty easy. Don't psych yourself out. This is not a big deal. You've done this 100 times. Like getting into that mental state so you can calm your breathing down.
That's great.
Getting
Yeah.
off stage. When we came back for finals, I forgot my heels.
Oh, really? Oh, well.
Yeah, I was so cool and unbothered. I was like, I'm gonna forget my shoes.
Yeah, you definitely need those. Yeah.
Yeah, so I took a nap when we got to the venue, and then I woke up and I opened up my suitcase. I saw my coach talking to another competitor. I was like, can't take him anywhere. He's just gonna make friends. Opened up my suitcase and was like, all right, what are we gonna do? So I asked the girl he was talking with, I was like, "Hey, Red, what size shoe do you wear?" And she was
Oh,
kind enough to let me borrow her heels, which
really?
men won't ever understand this because guys are barefoot, right? As a
Yeah.
woman, when you literally walk in someone else's heels, it's like going from concrete to walking on foam. Okay? It's a
Okay.
completely different world because
Yeah.
the size, the fit, the amount of cushion, even like the width of thickness in the platform, not the stiletto portion, but the part in front,
Yeah.
it changes the way that you walk. It changes the way that you can apply pressure to your feet. And so I
Yeah.
had to relearn how to do everything in 3 minutes because they had called my class to
Oh,
go get tan and glazed.
wow. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So like
Wow.
forgetting your shoes is a bigger deal than you'd think.
I
I was gonna wing
understand.
it, but and watching the video back, you can't even tell.
That's amazing. I bet it wasn't easy though for you to try to.
I didn't feel like, you know how you can feel your stress elevating?
Yeah.
That didn't happen. I was like, I should be more stressed out right now.
Huh.
What's happening?
That's good. That's really
I guess it's
good.
not a big deal. So yeah, I paced backstage enough and I was like, okay, if I can, just figuring out the mechanics, trying to wing it. I'm really good in chaos. I was an EMT for a bit and like, you either do or you die. And I just dying wasn't an option. We'd come that far. And then I had like not just winning my class, I've never been in an overall comparison. And so being in the overall comparison, I was just elated to
Oh,
be there. I was like, guys, hey guys, we're going, we're going. Are you ready? Let's
that
go.
was
I was
exciting.
so happy.
Yeah.
But like seeing Tyler Mannion point at me, point to the center, point at me, point to the center, talk to Jack Sullivan, and then announce like, I don't even remember what my number was, like 82, switch was 67. He had me splitting center again. So the only girl that ended up beating me was the woman who won the overall.
Oh, nice. Very
Yeah, I was
cool.
very, very, very pleased. And Samantha, her name was Samantha Rada. Samantha looked amazing.
She
Oh my
did.
gosh.
Yeah. I liked
She
her
looked
too.
beautiful.
Yeah. She was
Very,
a
very complete from the front. I had her
Mhm.
from the back, but like her front look, stunning. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
That was a really stacked class and
Mhm.
of the overall and there was like how many? Eight of y'all in the
Yeah.
overall? Yeah, that was a
8.
lot. Yeah. Um, I just wish that they'd had y'all do a pose down because I like it when the figure ladies do a pose down.
I think that would have freaked a lot of people out. I'd have been fine. I've been like, all right, front double bicep, let's go.
Yeah. I've seen it a few times, but not very often. But yeah, it is cool
Well,
when
they
they.
do it at the Prague show.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Yeah. For the pros, they'll do it for the female divisions too. And you can just see this look of panic, like, what do we do? Because they're bikini girls, right? So they're like, pose down. What the heck? What does that even mean? And it looks very different when you only have two poses, right?
Yes,
So
exactly.
like,
It's true.
I would have loved that. That would have been a blast.
I know the Masters O had the figure ladies doing pose down. I thought that was
Did they
awesome.
really?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh man. Now, and of course, congrats on your pro card win, and your pro card is back behind you, on the wall,
Yeah.
your placard there. So what was your experience like there in terms of like backstage? Was it like a good Iron Sisterhood, would you say?
Oh yeah. Figure girls are so chill. We're all really supportive of one another. There's none of this cattiness that you'd expect. I think
Hmm.
you do see it in other divisions, but like for the most part, the term figure sisters is it's very apt.
Yeah, that's
We
great.
joke, we laugh, like, um, and that wasn't even just at nationals. I was fortunate enough to be able to compete at 3 national shows last year. We were gunning for it. So I did North Americans in August, where I placed third.
Okay.
Amateur Olympia in October, I got second, and then nationals, NPC National Championships in December, which I got first. So
Oh,
like
nice.
at
Yeah,
every show, especially once you're in the line, dude, all the figure girls were like talking, making jokes, laughing at each other. If you forget something, like, oh, I got it here, let me get this for you. Like everyone is very supportive,
that's great. That's so
because
cool. What?
I don't know if it's because we all believe in the same adage that like the cream of the crop will always rise to the top. You hear that a lot in
Yeah.
bodybuilding, but it's the truth. But like I think as competitors, we all believe that we're in this together. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's you're by yourself, and I'll kick your butt. I'm gonna wipe the floor with you. But I want to see you do so well because I know you're a good person. I know, like, and this is just through conversations, right? You get to know these people, and I've had so many competitors that I recognize at these national shows because this is our like second, third, fourth show together.
Yeah, yeah,
You can't help but befriend these girls because they're such amazing people, and every single one of us has overcome ungodly trials to get here.
yeah,
Some
yeah.
people have like fractured their lower backs. There was a girl that I'm friends with who had like she's herniated like three of her discs last year, barely made it into the show, and like
Wow,
couldn't practice posing because it put her in so much pain, but she was going to see the process through to the end. Like just
wow. Yeah.
inspiring individuals, just such incredible women. And
Oh, I know.
I'm sure you've witnessed it. Like when we come together, we really support one another. We really uplift each other.
I think that's terrific, and I'm really glad about that. And yeah, I don't like some of the cattiness, like what's going on with Sarah and Natalia right now.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
The whole
Like
thing is
it
just kind of,
technically, okay, technically NPC rules don't allow for steroid use, right?
uh-huh.
Technically speaking, if you read through them, you're like, oh, steroids aren't allowed. But like, if the judges can't tell and it doesn't diminish your physique,
Yeah,
do we really honestly care all that much?
yeah, yeah,
Do I
yeah.
think we should use it? No. No, I don't because of the the risk it puts your health at. Like
Hmm.
these oils that don't break down in your body, where do you think they go?
Yeah, I always wondered about that. And I know
Over
that,
time they don't just stay there, right? Like take lip
yeah,
filler for example, or even like the injections in your cheeks or your jaw. Where do you think they go? Your body metabolizes those drugs. It does. It breaks them down over time. Gravity is king. Gravity will pull down always. So instead of having your face look
yeah,
lifted and youthful, it's going to look heavy, dense in weird places, and a little bit like sad and kind of frowny.
yeah, I
These
gotcha.
things, these chemicals can also travel to other places in your body. Like
Yeah,
a liposuction is the most dangerous surgery in the world because of a fatty embolism. It can travel all the way to your heart and kill you.
and plus it can mess up, the oils can mess up your kidneys and stuff, right? Because
Oh yeah.
your body can't really filter that shit out, so
Mm-mm. And
yeah,
if it blocks a hepatic vessel in your liver or like gosh, if it's shaped the wrong way and it opens up something like
that's not good.
the but like I think people look at bodybuilding, they get the wrong conception. Bodybuilding is not healthy.
Yeah,
Competing is not a healthy thing. This is an extreme
that's
sport.
true.
We are just as extreme as everybody else in the Olympics. Just because we don't
Yeah,
have, I mean, technically we do CPAPs, but just because we don't have a face mask attached to us as we compete doesn't mean that this is any more healthy than other things. We're going to try to mitigate health concerns as much as we can so that we can
mm,
do this for as long as we can. But
yeah.
like competitive bodybuilding is not a healthy thing.
Oh,
And
no, I know.
if you try to sell it that way, especially as an athlete, if you try to sell it that way, you're doing a lot more harm than good, and you're misrepresenting the entire federation when you do. And
Yeah,
Sarah has so many people that not only look up to her, but like that she represents that I think, though I can kind of understand why she's doing what she's doing. The method of approach for her is quite poor because Natalia has been
mhm,
graceful this entire time,
yeah, yeah,
gracious as the Pope,
yeah,
right?
exactly. That's
Sarah's
true.
digging herself a hole. And I know they don't like in terms of judging, they won't get political about it. They're not gonna be like, we hate Sarah, fifth place.
Yeah,
But it limits her ability to get support. It
mhm.
does get more eyes on, but you've now caused a decrease in the level of respect for the division because of the way that you're going about this.
Yeah. I think people are tune out after a while, and it's just, yeah,
Dude,
no,
people are so sick of it. I know I am.
yeah,
I don't like what it does. It makes people take us less serious. And in a world where we're trying to make sure that female bodybuilding doesn't get obliterated, Sarah, you're
yeah,
not helping.
yeah, I
Please
understand.
stop. Like,
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. And I do feel like in terms of bodybuilding, I've suggested this before, like with pro wrestling, you have like the fake beefs and have the promos behind the stage,
yeah,
but the real beef like that is just ugly, just it's just not, yeah, it
it doesn't help.
doesn't help the sport at all, so
And
um,
to be like kind of sarcastic and glib, like, what is this? Men's physique? Come on. Have you seen some of those rivalries in men's physique? It's like, guys, chill.
Yeah, no, but if it was like Randy Macho Man Savage, doing a promo, with the camera
Yeah.
on the backstage, that would be, that'd be kind of fun. But this isn't fun though.
Yeah, no, we stopped having fun after the first. wham wham, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm all for supporting maintaining or monitoring health. Like there is a way to go about this. If she wants to raise awareness, if she wants to like fight against people who are utilizing it in a general way,
Yeah.
girl, you got my consent, you got my support, right? Like go for it. And not that I'm big fish or anything, but like
Yeah.
I
I
know that
understand.
I'm of a similar caliber of averageness to most of the fan base. So
Uh-huh.
like, you know, as a very tiny representative, like realize there are much better ways to go about this.
Yeah.
I respect the
I
heck out of
agree.
Sarah, and man, she has accomplished some incredible things, but you're tarnishing your reputation, you're diminishing the level of respect for you. And
Mhm.
especially when you represent our gender, honey, like you gotta not do those things, please.
Yeah, I agree with you on
Respectfully.
that. And you're a fellow Sarah too, so you
Yeah, like you're ruining my name, girl. Stop.
know.
We die first
Um,
in movies. Like, please don't ruin the bodybuilding thing. Jesus.
oh man. No, I got you. I understand. Um, now I noticed you said earlier you're 5'8", is that right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm a tall girly.
But you were in the tallest class at
Yeah,
national. Ooh, yeah,
yeah,
that's cool. And have plus your heels add a little bit of height too, so you
yeah.
tower
So
over.
my 5 inches of height get me to like what 6'1"?
Wow, yeah. So you're kind of towering over, were you towering over all the other ladies at the overall?
You know, I don't think I was the tallest. I think Yesenia was taller than me.
Really?
Oh no 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 no. There was a blonde girl. She does nationals every year. She is lean as can be, but like she just doesn't have a lot of tissue. I think
Hmm.
she is 6'1"
Oh, wow.
or 6 feet, somewhere around there. She's like 5'11" to 6 feet tall. She's older. There were two older ladies that were I want to say older than 45. I don't know. Age guessing is not my thing. But like
Sure.
they were both very, very tall and they were in like second to last and last place, if I
Oh,
remember
okay.
correctly. They
Oh,
didn't make
yeah.
top five.
Do you think it's tougher being taller? Because,
Yes.
sometimes the little fire plug ladies, can put on more muscle or whatever. And,
You have a lot more space that you have to take up, right? So like okay, think like distance to travel, right? Like the muscle has a lot longer distance to travel, so you need more of it. Um, I'm impressive and intimidating up close because my muscle is very dense,
yeah,
but like the dramatization of like taper to waist ratio can look a lot more impressive on a woman that is smaller because, like I said, distance to travel is much shorter. So if you
yeah,
put me next
sure.
to someone who's like 5'2",
Hmm.
5'2" might look more heavily muscled and much more impressive than me because I'm ginormous. Like that's
Yeah.
one of the things that makes Chris Bumstead so impressive is the man is like 6'2", 6'3", but he filled
Wow.
out his frame really well. With
Yeah.
tall women, it's harder to do that. There is a
Yeah.
girl named Demaya. Demaya's 6'2", 6'3".
Wow.
Yeah, she was at Nationals not 25, but 2024.
Okay.
Holy crap. The quads on this girl. She came in third at that
Huh.
show. And like I remember looking at her and being like, Jesus Christ. I'm not used to being the short girl. We'll put it that way.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah, I
standing next to
understand.
her, I was like, hi.
Oh, man.
And she's dope. She also made the growth transition to women's physique. And she's been busting her butt. I think they just started dieting. But like it's difficult for her to lay down that kind of tissue because distance to travel,
Yeah,
right?
that's a
Surface
long,
area.
that's a lot. Yeah.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not familiar with her. I'll have to look her up.
You should. She is a hard worker. Her
Hmm.
hubby fiance is a men's bodybuilder. I think he does 212 maybe.
Okay.
Don't hate me for if I get that wrong. He's an open bodybuilder, 212 somewhere in there. I don't think
Oh,
he's pro yet, but like he's close.
so she's probably taller than him, I bet. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. But they look good together. You know what I mean? Like, you know how
Yeah.
some like short dudes and tall women, you're just like, no,
Uh-huh.
not
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
get
don't look weird.
it. That's cool.
Yeah, they're cute.
Um, Now, you mentioned it before we started recording, but where do you want to make your pro debut? And you mentioned 3 shows to me, which sounds exciting.
Yeah, so I had asked my coach this because like I don't know. I know a lot of people are very, very controlling when it comes to which shows they do, but in my opinion, you and your coach are a team. And once you earn your professional status, it becomes more about strategy, right? Like how you approach this. Because this isn't basketball where I play offense, they get the turn, they play defense. Like it's not like that. You have to be strategic about which shows you do because it's not only just who shows up, but the promoter, the stage that you go on, the suit color that you wear. For women, it
Mhm.
gets a little bit more nitty-gritty because of things like makeup and presentation. But like
That's true.
in order to give me enough time to get my calories up high enough to make sure I'm healthy enough and to give me enough time to diet down based on my calculations, I was thinking like August, September at the earliest. And
Okay. Yeah.
so IFBB Figure Pros have a total of 55 pro shows available. Now, not all of those are open. Some of them are masters only. So that puts
Okay.
us at about
Yeah.
44 pro shows
Mhm.
for open girls.
Yeah.
At the time when I could probably be ready, that makes it like closer to 17 shows that I could do
Okay.
with worldwide options available. So I'm I spoke with coach. Coach is good with the plan of San Antonio Pro on September 12th. So
Okay.
I'm very, very excited. We're going back to Texas.
Yeah. You
And
had
then
left.
the week following, Sasquatch Pro. And then 3 weeks later, we'll do Prague.
That's great. That's a great lineup. Yeah, that's
I'm
gonna.
very excited. I very much earlier I mentioned how like European bodies look a little bit different than American bodies. I
Yeah.
want to do a show overseas primarily because I want to see how my body stacks up against European shows because
Yeah.
their criteria is a little different over there. I mean, like they want the same look, but like it's a very different look. Like if
Yeah.
you look at their amateurs coming in to earn their pro card, all of their amateurs look like pro quality. All of them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I've seen
It's
that too.
crazy. So
Uh-huh.
like it's just more information, right? It's more useful information. And
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion that like every data point is helpful, especially because my coach is incredibly detail oriented. So like, you know, let's do it. Also, it's the Czech Republic. Why wouldn't I want to go there?
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful there. I bet. Yeah. That'd be great. That sounds
I'm
like a
so
great
excited. I'm
opportunity.
so excited.
Yeah. You got your passport and everything
Oh,
got
heck
it?
yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah. You got to get that.
Wouldn't miss it. Are you kidding me? Oh,
That's awesome. Well, best wishes to you. And
thank
that's
you.
be neat to see how you stack up with the other, IFBB pro ladies, and yeah,
hmm
that's great.
I
Yeah.
would love to crack top 10 if I could, but I mean, I know my weak areas. I know I've got a lot more growth to do. My delts need some size. I was told my biceps need some density, which hurt my feelings because I hate biceps, but it's fine.
Oh.
Right? Like my biceps. Okay. Rude. Will do. But everything else I'm very excited to tackle. Like it's so weird being excited to compete.
Oh,
That's so
yeah.
messed up, I know, but
No, I think it's great. And
oh my gosh.
you're gonna have to suffer, to get there, but
Oh,
it's just
dude, I'm such a masochist. I will do it. I will do it so fast. I will do it slow. I don't care how long it takes. I I had the very, very, very fortunate experience to go see Olympia in person this past October
Yeah.
well, like right after Amateur O. And I've never been more certain of anything in my life. I can get there.
Yeah.
I can and will qualify for the Olympia at least
Mhm.
once. I know I can do it. I like it's not just a belief. This is knowledge. This will be fact. I don't know how I know. But like seeing the figure lineup, seeing the comparisons, I'm not even a spiritual person per se. Like I don't really do the mumbo jumbo. I'm very, very clinical data, hardcore analyst. The autism speaks for itself, but like this is something I very much know. I don't care how long it takes. I am fine losing to women that can totally kick my butt.
Okay.
It would be a privilege, quite frankly,
Yeah.
because it's caliber, right? Like to stand amongst that type of greatness. And it's not just Olympians. Like I've been fortunate enough. Oh, this is really cool actually. So I've kept in contact with every girl that won my class from every national show that I've done. I tried to
Okay.
befriend them.
Yeah.
Not because they're winners and I want to be attached to that, but because like they just end up being quality people. So like
Yeah.
Michelle McNamee, Evelyn Bruce,
I got to meet Michelle at Atlantic Coast. She was really nice and she
yeah,
looked great too.
yeah, Michelle, dude, Michelle is dope. And from her
Yeah.
first pro debut show to her second show,
Wow. Yeah.
mind
She's
blowing. The best
amazing.
thing she ever did was hire Justin Jacoby. Such
Oh,
a cool thing.
yeah. Yeah. He's a great coach.
He's fantastic. He's
Yeah.
amazing. And then there was Spree. I can't remember Spree's last name, but my very first national show was in 2021.
I
I did
remember
not
her.
do well. It was terrible. It was the worst experience ever. But I like Spree and I will still talk here and there. She was very supportive of me at nationals. Like it was so, so cool. So like I'm
Nice.
very much hoping to stand next to girls that beat me previously
Oh,
because I would very
yeah.
much like to kick their butts. That'd be
Oh,
great.
yeah. That's awesome.
But also the privilege of standing next to these women that I know are still continuing to grow and improve themselves. Like
Yeah.
you are what you surround yourself with. And like I don't ever want to be the smartest person in the room. I would very much like to have people around me be better than me, smarter than me, more improved than me. Like it's just it's a privilege is the best word for it. Like it's just such a privilege to stand next to and know these women. I'm just
Yeah.
I love them. I love them. And they're such quality people. They're funny as hell and they're down to earth and they're so supportive. Like
Yeah.
I
That's
love this industry. It's so great.
Oh, I can tell. No, I love it. I think that's great. And yeah, I'm excited for you to make your pro debut. Um, and I know you're going to be on cloud nine when that happens too, I bet you.
Oh my God. I'm gonna be running around and be like, hey guys, are you so excited? We're gonna compete. I'm gonna stand next to you. It's gonna be so great.
That's awesome.
Getting people
Um,
out of their heads.
I like what you said too earlier about not looking at IG prior to the show. And I've talked to other ladies about that. They kind of, because it does get in your head, thinking
Oh,
about
absolutely.
comparisons. Yeah. Um, yeah, no, I definitely understand that. Um, Now we talked a little bit about before we started recording about your coach. Now, remind me of his name again, and how long have you worked with him?
David White, he goes by Little Dave on Instagram. He's not really little anymore. I keep telling him he needs to change his name to Average Dave, but he's not going to do that. And like, it's so
Yeah.
funny because all of us, he is here in Utah. I have worked with him since Halloween of 21, so we've been together 4 years, going on year five.
Okay.
When
Great.
I hired him, I was, it might have been the lowest point in my life,
Hmm.
probably. It was. I was in a relationship with a man who was incredibly toxic. I that's a buzzword and I don't like it, but it's the best word I've got to describe the behavior. It was volatile, right?
Hmm.
Um, and I was so depressed and I was so miserable, but I chose to stay, so that is my fault.
Hmm.
I was eating once a day. I was in grad school working on two master's degrees. He had two of his four biological children at the time. He had two of them every other week, and they would stay with me. And he was kind of like AWOL and nowhere to be found because he was jumping between houses of baby mamas and stuff. Like this
Oh,
alone
that
should have been the big red flag, but I was really
yeah,
naive at the time.
I
And
understand.
I was stressed out of my mind, and I was so desperate to be loved by him that I didn't take care of myself. And that was during the year. So the 21, April of 2021, I competed. I did exceptionally well. And by June of 2021, I was in such a bad way. By
Hmm.
October, I was losing my hair in clumps. My nails were breaking. My
Wow.
teeth were really bad. My skin was starting to go. In
Hmm.
April of 21, I weighed 158 pounds on stage. And by October, I was 155, and it didn't look the same. I'd
Hmm.
ruined a bunch of muscle. I'd lost a bunch of it.
Oh,
Oh my God, my hair was so thin. We're talking like 75-year-old lady type thin.
really?
It was
Wow.
terrifying. Malnutrition is a serious problem in the sport of female bodybuilding, and it gets
Yeah.
worse if your personal relationships are awful.
Yeah, I understand that.
And
Yeah.
I had gone to my cosmetologist to take care of my hair, and I wanted to put my extensions back in because I felt ugly. And she was like, Sarah, we can't do that. Your hair won't hold them. I don't want
Oh,
to see you
really?
for 2 months. Don't come back to me for 2 months. Your hair and you are unhealthy. We need to get you healthy and we need to get your hair healthy before we can put them back in. And
Yeah.
that scared the crap out of me because
Wow.
I was what, 28, 27 at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
So,
already being deemed as
yeah.
unhealthy by a non-medical professional. Like that's it. it was very serious for me. And so at the time, I broke down and I messaged him and I was like, David, I need you, or I think I'm going to die. And I don't care if I ever compete again. Just
Hmm.
help me get my hair back because, and I don't know if this is how it is for most women, but I have a really big head. So like if I go bald, it's not gonna look great, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I say it's big, it's 27 inches around. That's
That's
a
pretty
big head.
big.
I got a big
Yeah.
dome. I'm fine with it because it fits my body. But like
Yeah.
your girl would not look good
Uh-huh.
bald.
Yeah,
No,
I
no,
understand that. Yeah.
no, no. I'd look like a thumb. Okay. It's not great.
Yeah, I
And I
got
was very terrified of these things. I'm making light of it because like it is funny. But like
you.
the only thing I wanted was to get my hair back by any means necessary. And for the first 10 months, oh my God, appetite was so hard. I had no appetite. I was not hungry. And like Dave never gave up on me. And
Great.
he got me
Yeah.
to this point where like most of this is mine. I have
Uh-huh.
a row in. Um, but I'm healthier than I've been in a really long time. Like when I started with him, my A1C was 7.8, which is if you go in for surgery and you have diabetes, they won't perform surgery on you if your A1C is 8.0 or higher.
Oh, really? Wow.
Pre-diabetes, I think, is like 5.8 or
Uh-huh.
something.
Oh,
I
wow.
was
That's high.
pre-diabetic and then some. Like I basically had type 2 diabetes, but I was
Oh,
hardly eating anything.
oh, wow. That's not
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
it was very serious. My liver enzymes were not good. My kidney enzymes were worse. Like it was just
When
God, I was in such a bad spot. But now I'm healthy as a horse.
when did you get out of the toxic relationship?
So, okay, I'm going to run through a list of very, very serious things very quickly. We're just going to gloss over them. So he gaslit me a lot to the point where I genuinely believed that I was the problem. But he was cheating on me left and right with whomever he wanted. Like when I left in June to go to Chattanooga, Tennessee to do my first national show, he stayed home and slept with three different women in my bed.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
I
not
was
good.
funding his rookie IFBB Pro career that year
Uh-huh.
because I loved him and I wanted to show that I loved him like an idiot. By October, I was suicidal. I had tried to kill myself because I believed that I was the problem. It
Oh,
landed me in
no.
a
Wow.
psych ward for 28 hours. That was the worst experience of my life, and I swore to myself I would never go back. Don't
Oh,
worry. After that, we got married, and
oh,
then
oh,
and
no.
then I was married to him for 2 months, 2.5 months. And on Valentine's Day in 2022, I divorced him because
Huh.
his
Wow.
behavior didn't change. He actually cheated on me a third time. She got pregnant, and then
Oh,
her and I met. Yeah, it was bad. So we're like three baby mamas, five biological children deep. Like, no.
oh,
And on
wow.
top of that, he had poisoned my dog's dog food to get back at me for an argument we had. And
What? Gee,
yeah, he's a terrible human being. It's
that's
wild. And
awful.
I
Wow.
like I said, I chose to stay with that though. So that was my fault. That was my fault in this grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
So grand total, we were together a year and 2 weeks.
Okay.
But
Wow.
like it should have ended way, 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 way sooner than that.
Yeah, it's good that
It's
you're out of
just,
that situation too.
oh, I am too. I had an
Yeah.
entire year where I was single. It was very, very good for me. The man I'm with now, his name is also David. That's a terrible idea, by the way. Do not date the same name as your coach. It's a bad idea.
Yeah, I got you.
Because then you have to specify all the time, like my boyfriend David, my coach David.
Yeah, I
It's an
got
awful
you.
thing.
Yeah.
So, boyfriend David is unbelievably supportive. He
Great.
cooks and preps all of my food for me. He has never missed a show. He is constantly like, "What are you doing? How's progress? Show me your pictures. Send me your check-ins." Like, he wants me to succeed so bad. And
That's awesome.
I've
Wow.
never been blessed with such profound love. And he's not just that supportive of me. He is this supportive of my friends, of anything that I want to get myself involved with. He's an incredibly loving and an incredible person. Like I hit the jackpot with this one, and I just feel so blessed. Like, oh,
Terrific. That's
life
great.
has been so good to me since. So I'm very grateful that I made the decision to leave, that I was big enough to realize that like I'm at fault too here, and I need to fix the faults that made that type of behavior okay. So
Yeah.
we've done a
Yeah.
lot of work since then, but we're definitely definitely making improvements.
That's terrific. I'm
Yeah.
kind of partial to David, so I think we're good folks.
You
Yeah.
know, everyone is. He's adorable. Like,
I worked at a bookstore where it was a small independent bookstore where all the men, half of the staff was named David. So we just referred to each
really?
other by last name. That's probably what you need to do, just refer to the Davids by last name and
White, you're tall. That's awesome.
um I'm
Yeah.
actually running into like an hour. I don't want to keep it too long and I have
Oh
to
no,
get
you're
ready
fine.
for another interview too. So
No,
I'm
you're
gonna
fine.
skip ahead a little bit. And we've already covered some of this too. Um, I'm just curious in terms of like your parents, do they support your bodybuilding career?
Oh God. At first, at first it made my mom really nervous, and my
Uh-huh.
dad did not recognize me with stage makeup on.
Oh
But
yeah.
now
Oh,
they are very, very supportive. My dad is a software engineer and he shows my stage pictures to all of his coworkers. I'm like, Dad,
really? Oh,
you
that's
gotta quit doing
terrific.
that. Freaking
That's
out these
awesome.
nerds with your buff daughter.
Oh, I bet. No, that's
Yeah.
awesome
My
though.
mom is also very, very supportive. I feel very grateful. Anytime I tell her about any one of my friends, she's like, "Oh, are they a bodybuilder too?" And if I bring
Oh,
anybody over the house, they'll be like, my mom especially, she tries to feed people. She's from that era, right? She's like,
okay,
"Oh, are
yeah.
you a bodybuilder? Do you need chicken?" I'm like, "Mom, stop. I don't have to do that."
That's cool. That's sweet.
Yeah. My siblings are also incredibly supportive too. They tease me all the time as they aptly should. They appropriately. So funny. Wonderful. Love it. But
That's awesome.
I think I'm gonna take like 12% credit for this. I think I've inspired my older sister to go to the gym, and she goes all the time now. Her daughter now knows that if like she can't find mom's probably at the gym, which makes me so happy. And then my younger
That's awesome.
sibling, Kagan is just like wants to be strong and is totally dope. And my other baby sister, Amy, Indy wants to just Indy loves training at the gym too, and is like, yeah, my sister can beat you up. I don't know why people think we're coordinated. I'm like, I can throw a punch, but I'm gonna hurt me too. So
Yeah. That's awesome.
okay, sure, threaten people with me.
I love that your family's so supportive. I know sometimes the families aren't supportive or they don't understand or, you
I've
know.
tried not to force anything on them. Like,
Hmm.
I don't think that your hobbies, and even if you're aggressively passionate about it, if people don't ask, I'm not gonna tell them. I
Yeah.
like They didn't ask. Even if they do ask, I don't like to tell because it's a lot of information. And
Yeah.
most of the time when people ask, it's more about this fascination and awe of what you don't know. They're
Sure.
not ready for all the detail. So like, unless that person asking is also in the gym, I tend to be very broad in my answer.
Sure. I understand. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I got you. Um, and I was curious in terms of kids, are you interested in having kids later, do you think? Or
I am not, I've never wanted to be a mother. I think there is a certain trait that mothers have that I don't have it.
hmm.
I have the utmost respect for women that can be and want to be mothers. There
Yeah.
is an immense amount of love and compassion that comes from women that do. And I just am in awe of those women. I know some of the best physiques I've ever seen have been moms, right?
Yeah.
Like hardest working athletes, always making time and always problem solving so that they can make time for themselves and they always put their children first, always. I
Yeah.
just, I've never wanted that. My dogs are the closest things that I will have to human children. I've got a
Oh,
Great Dane
nice.
and a Corgi right now. My Great Dane is 4. He's Adonis and he is adorable. And then we've
Oh,
got a
cool.
9-month-old Corgi who came straight from hell. It's fine. Just a little
They're,
demon, little gremlin.
they're
Goodness
so cute
gracious.
though, corgis. I got to see a corgi race at the dog or the horse track here a few years ago, and it was
That must have
adorable.
been amazing.
They're so cute. Oh my God. That was
They
so
are. They're adorable. They're incredible. They're fiercely loyal. Fiercely.
yeah. They're yeah, adorable for sure.
Mm.
I just gonna ask you a couple more questions. I was just curious, what do you think is like the most kind of misunderstood aspect or the biggest myth about bodybuilding by the general public?
Mm. I know one of the biggest myths is that bodybuilders are stupid.
Yeah,
You won't find a smarter individual.
I agree. Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think they're
like
very smart.
all of the people that I know, especially the coaches, even if they're not even if they're bad, even if they're not as good as they could be, brilliant. brilliant. Some of the most incredible minds I've ever met have come from competitors. And it's not
Yeah.
just like the science of bodybuilding. It's this deep level of understanding of the human condition
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
this amazing level of empathy. Like
I agree
the
with that.
intuition that's needed to
Hmm.
support people is incredible to me.
Yeah.
I think the other myth I already addressed earlier that we're like the pinnacle of health, or
Yeah.
that, or that like that we're vain. Um, I think vanity and hypercriticality get confused a lot.
Hmm.
I will look at my pictures and pick myself apart for hours because I know that's what's going to happen to me when I get on a stage. I
Yeah.
don't do this because I think I'm beautiful,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Most people do things to make themselves more beautiful, which is funny because beauty isn't the answer to anything, if you think about it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But that's the irony is that we make ourselves more appealing, and it's not to anybody else. It really is just to us. I fell in love with the figure division because every time I prep for a figure show, I have never felt more physically attractive and more beautiful in my life than
Yeah.
when I can see all of the tissue that I've developed and like, that's mine. I did that.
Yeah. That's impressive.
I
Yeah.
love my body. I love what this thing is capable of. Like, holy
Uh-huh.
crap. I'm strong as hell. I'm determined. For some reason, I haven't ruptured a tendon. That's amazing. Like,
That's a
the
good thing.
body is so impressive. So impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think what people view as vanity is misconstrued because what it actually is this deep desire to find a way to love yourself,
Yeah. Yeah.
to stop hating yourself, which those two are not the same thing. I know a lot of people struggle with pain and suffering and heartache.
Hmm.
I have a friend who he went to nationals too, and 3 days earlier, his fiance left him and he
Oh,
lost his
wow.
job and he had to come in for a show. Like
Oh, wow.
bodybuilding is very grounding for people. It gives people structure and stability in worlds where they may not feel it otherwise. So I think that's another big thing that people misunderstand about bodybuilders.
Yeah, one thing I thought was really interesting, and it was kind of a sad movie, but Magazine Dreams, the movie,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
and that showed a little bit of maybe grounded this guy who's maybe a little mentally ill, and
yeah.
but the movie itself was kind of devastating to watch. Some of it was, especially, it was just some of the scenes were like, oh my God, it's
Oh, I
kind of
know. It's
heart
pretty
sinking,
graphic. But and it's not like that doesn't happen in bodybuilding. It does. I
Yeah.
think it happens less because, with so much information being out there,
Mhm. Yeah.
I think things are getting abused just as much, for sure. We're just aware of it now. But I think like our attention to mental illness has improved a little bit as a society, as a
Yeah.
humankind. And a lot of people are going to disagree with me and be like, no, they're not. What about suicides? What about, well, yeah, okay. But let's compare it to when our parents were kids, shall we? It's comparative. Could we
Yeah.
improve? Well, duh. But like, you know, I think some of those things have been addressed a little bit, and that type of behavior might have been a little bit more profound in like 70s, 80s, 90s because
Yeah.
it was ignored.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a lot more acceptable to seek a therapist or seek
Agreed.
help now.
Agreed.
And I think the general public realizes that folks need help too,
Mhm.
just,
Yep.
it's more accepted, for that.
And it doesn't take away from who you are as a person. It doesn't take away from your masculinity. It doesn't take away from your purpose. Like,
Hmm.
if you seek help, it's no longer such a condemning thing.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, is there anything that I missed that you'd like to address or anybody you'd like to shout out, Sarah?
Oh, geez.
Aha.
Uh, I don't know. I've been name dropping this whole time.
Oh, I know. Oh, no, and I
Oh
love it.
my
It's great.
gosh. I don't, I just, man, I love this industry. I love that, like, it's given me the opportunity to come together with so many people. I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I think,
Thank you.
in my head, like, you only get interviewed if you're a big deal. But, like, the more stories we hear, it's not just about exposure, it's about realizing that, like, we're together. We're all together. We're in this
Yeah,
together. We couldn't do this without each other. And so,
that's
like,
true.
just bringing us all closer as a giant community is a very important thing. So, thank you for what you do because you shed the light on things that other people would otherwise not.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I even tell people, just listen to my podcast interviews because you can just do it, while you're doing cardio or whatever.
That's what
You
I do.
just listen in because I think there's a lot to be gleaned from y'all ladies because I think y'all are amazing and like I said, you can't not many people can do what you do, including myself. I don't not sure that I could do what y'all do, but I'll tell your stories and I love doing
Which
that.
I appreciate a ton. I mean, I wouldn't be here. Like, I've got some of the strongest female friendships on the planet. My best friends like Tori and Kara, Savannah Watchman, who's she's doing bikini over Arnold UK. She looks fantastic. Annette, I know I'm dropping names that you don't know, Liv, but like I've had these women, Nala, right? Like they came out of the woodwork. I did not expect to meet them at all. And they're
Uh-huh.
not like I wouldn't look at them and be like, yep, friendship. Like, no. We came together
Yeah.
under weird circumstances, but I
Uh-huh.
have never had a stronger support system. And I'm so grateful. Like the gym that I train out of, Origin Fit Syndicate, Hell's Gate, Butler Pro Gym, these private gyms in Utah, they're exquisite. The owners are amazing. They're so
Right.
supportive. The fitness industry in Utah is really, really powerful. Like they're strong and we like big, big love. No matter
Yeah.
where you start from. Doesn't matter if you're morbidly obese, if you're a competitive bodybuilder, if you're a normal person, doesn't matter. We love to see it. We love to see you. We love each other. Like sometimes that love looks a little weird, but it's fine. Like it's just I didn't intentionally get into this industry with the hopes of becoming a professional athlete. I had no idea that that was even possible or if I could even do it. And now, like, I never planned for this. And I'm so glad I had no idea what I was capable of because I've impressed myself, which is like, it takes a lot. Like, I know I lightly dropped earlier that I've got multiple master's degrees, right? I'm not trying to be pretentious, but like I am used to working very hard for things. I am an academic through and through. I've got a
Yeah.
bachelor's degree in science and athletic training. I've got a master's degree in nutrition, a master's degree in sports psychology. I'm certified in I can't tell you how many things. I was an EMT, a yoga teacher. I've had so many different types of lives.
Yeah. That's great.
Never did I anticipate competitive bodybuilding with the potential to be successful at it as being possible. And I know that the friends you make, the people you surround yourself with, the support you get, the connections you make, the network you have, it plays a huge role in where you can go in this life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So take advantage. Don't say no. I was scared to death when you asked me to do this and was like, I don't know if I'm good enough. Who cares? Just wing it. Just wing it.
Yeah.
Because you never
No.
know what people see when they look at you, but you also never know who's listening. And
Yeah. That's
like
good.
I
Hmm.
know that plenty of women are stuck in relationships where they're scared out of their minds and they have no idea how to get out. They
Hmm.
also don't know if it's even possible or if they deserve to get out.
Hmm.
My first ex-husband was unbelievably abusive. I almost lost my life multiple times to him. Second
Oh.
ex-husband was a terrible human being. I'm
Hmm.
here, I'm alive. I had a fiance in between those two that took his own life and I had to bury my fiance. Like
Oh,
there
wow.
are many, many things that have happened in my life that were not there at all.
Hmm.
And I had no idea how I was going to get through it. And if you're watching this and you're listening to this and any of my story resonates with you, you can do this.
Hmm.
Whatever it is you're trying to do, even if it's not bodybuilding, you will get through it if you decide to. All it
Hmm.
takes is a decision because then you're going to be focused on finding a solution. You have people in your community who will support you. You have people who love you.
Yeah.
Lean on them
Hmm.
because you're not a burden. You are a privilege. Your burdens are a privilege because it allows people to love you. And if you learn how to accept that love and learn how to accept that support, that's how your life improves. You're not
Hmm.
always right. You don't know everything. Hi, that's me. I don't know everything. But like if you're willing to learn and willing to let others guide you towards things that you don't understand, your life will get infinitely better in ways you can't fathom. And
That's
that's what
awesome.
bodybuilding has been for me.
That's great. I love that. That's great advice and good for other folks to hear that too, I think. So,
I
yeah.
think it's important.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Well, thank you again, Sarah. Keep me posted on your pro debut. I'm excited for you and I'll be rooting for you too. So, yeah.
Thank you. I absolutely will. I'm very excited.
And best wishes to you too. Yeah, definitely we'll keep in touch and I'll try to get this posted later this afternoon, of course, too. So I'll collaborate and everything, all that good stuff. So
Groovy.
cool. Thanks again. Thank you.
Yep, thanks.